G'day you mob, Pete here from Aussie English. Today we have an advanced pronunciation lesson where we are going to go through the two vowel sounds and ah. Are you ready? Let's go. Alright, so today's episode is courtesy of my wife, who is from Brazil and finds these two sounds incredibly difficult to differentiate between. So, Kel, this one is for you, and obviously anyone else who finds these sounds difficult. Just before we get into it, guys, in the description below, there is a free PDF lesson worksheet for today's lesson that you can download and print so that you can read and write and take notes as we go. So go check that out. So today's lesson is going to be broken up into 4 different parts. In part 1, we're going to go over the vowel sound eh. In part 2, we're going to go over the vowel sound ah. In part 3, we're going to do a comparative pronunciation exercise using minimal pairs. These are words that will only differ in whether they have the eh vowel sound or the ah vowel sound. So this is where you will learn to pronounce the differences. And then in part 4, we're going to train your listening skills to be able to differentiate between these two sounds when you are listening in English. If you'd like access to the detailed video tutorials that I've created to show you how to position your mouth to say the vowel sounds eh and ah, make sure that you keep watching in this video because I'll tell you how to do that later on. All right, so let's get into part 1. So in part 1 here, we're first going to go over the eh vowel sound, which is represented by this symbol in the International Phonetic Alphabet. Remember, for those of you listening to this episode as a podcast, check out the YouTube videos so that you can see what I'm displaying on screen. So eh is a short vowel sound in English, and you'll hear eh in words like bet, men, and said. The vowel sound will usually be spelt in these different ways. I'll display them on screen, but you can see that there are about 8 different ways that this vowel sound can be spelt. So let's practice this sound. In this exercise, I want you to listen and repeat after me. I'm going to first pronounce the vowel sound eh 3 times, and then I'm going to say 10 different words that have this vowel sound in them. You ready? Let's go. Eh. 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 Bed. Head. Set. X. Dead. Fed. Net. Merry. Guest. Kettle. Good job. Now it's time for part 2. So now we're going to go over the vowel sound ah, which is also a short vowel sound in English. This is represented by this symbol in Australian English. Ah is a short vowel sound, and you'll hear the sound ah in words like bat, map, and lad. The vowel sound will usually be spelt one of 3 ways, which I'll display on screen now. Note, there's a long vowel sound version of ah, which is said as ah, and you'll hear this in words like sad, man, and land. We'll cover the long ah vowel sound in another episode. So let's practice the sound ah. I'm going to say this sound 3 times, and then I'm going to go through a list of 10 different words that have the ah vowel sound in them. You ready? Let's go. Ah. 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 Bat. had, sat, axe, dad, fad, nat, marry, gassed, cattle. Now it's time for part 3. So in this section, we're going to work on our pronunciation of these two sounds side by side using minimal pairs. But before we get into that, I know how important good pronunciation is to English learners just like you. My students often tell me about how they worry about not sounding professional at work, not being able to communicate clearly, and lacking confidence when they speak, which often holds them back from speaking at all. I've helped thousands of students overcome these issues and level up their English pronunciation inside my Australian pronunciation course. The course helps students level up their speaking confidence, allows them to communicate easily and effectively, and most importantly, to sound more Australian. When you join the Australian pronunciation course today, you're going to get instant access to detailed video tutorials for every single vowel sound and consonant sound in Australian English. You're going to get video exercises and tongue twisters so that you can perfect these sounds and sound much more like an English native speaker. And you're going to get access to 25 advanced pronunciation lessons that cover things like the Australian R, the syllabic N, and the syllabic L. All of these advanced things that you can learn to sound much more like a native Australian English speaker. So join today and let's level up your pronunciation skills together. I'll see you in there. Anyway, back to the lesson. So minimal pairs are incredibly important for learning how to pronounce the differences, the distinct differences, the subtle differences between two different sounds in English. In this exercise, I'm going to repeat 10 different words. The first one will have the short eh vowel sound, and the second one will have the short ah vowel sound. Are you ready? Let's go. Bet, bat, head, had, set, sat, X, axe, dead, dad, fed, fad, net, nat, merry, marry, guest, gassed, kettle, cattle. How'd you go? Not easy, huh? All right, now it's time for part 4. So in this last section, we're going to test your listening skills to see if you can differentiate between these two very similar sounds, eh and ah, in Australian English. Don't be discouraged if you find this difficult. Just repeat this exercise multiple times and it'll get easier and easier. This is how you're going to train your ear to hear the difference between these two very similar sounds. So I'm going to display the two different minimal pairs for each word pair on screen, but I'm only going to say one of each one of these. I want you to write down which one you hear, or write down the letter A for the eh vowel sound and the letter B for the ah vowel sound. And then I'll give you the answers at the end. So are you ready to go? Let's do it. Bet, Had. Set. Axe. Dad. Fed. Net. Merry. Gassed. Cattle. Good job, guys. And for those of you listening to this episode as a podcast, the answers were A, B, A, B, B, A, B, B. How'd you go? So that's it for today's episode, guys. Don't forget, if you would like to get access to the Australian pronunciation course, go down into the description and click the link, or go to aussieenglish.com.au/APC. Besides that, like the video if you liked it, share it with a friend who's interested in English, and make sure that you subscribe to the channel and smash that bell notification button if you would like to see the next lesson coming soon. I'm Pete, this is Aussie English. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Tooroo.